Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Coffee's hot, frequency's alive. 145.430. You listening to the morning hum? This is the Coffee Break Net. Steam rising with the sunrise glow, signals bouncing nice and low. Foothill light and silicon sky, morning check-ins rolling by. Call sign ready, mic in hand, voices drifting through the band. RF dancing in the air, someone's mobile somewhere out there. Keyed up, drop your sign, one at a time, you're sounding fine. Sip so don't rush the day, net control will lead the way. Coffee on the console, radio's awake, morning on the machine, give and take. Voices in the speaker, smooth and clean, so like riding on the beam. Checking out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. From the hills to the bay, W6EK Echo Keel starts the day. Check here. AllStarLink been feeling strong. Echolink brings friends along. Mobile bass or handheld tight, everyone's sounding right. Morning traffic rolling through, signal reports 5x2. Laughing in between the keys, coffee cup and BRs. Mic drop, carry a tone, you're never really alone. One more round, take your place, good vibes on the interface. Coffee on the console, radio's awake, morning on the machine, give and take. Voices in the speaker, smooth and clean, sunlight riding on the beam. Check it out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. Morning voices, RF stream, coffee break, live on the machine. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Coffee's hot. Frequency's alive. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Good morning. Voices. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by.
Good morning and welcome to the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom, November 6 Hotel, and this is Wednesday, and yes, I am not Brian. Brian and I switched, so don't get excited thinking today is Friday, which is my normal day. So this is Hump Day, and this is also Tax Day. April 15th. So hopefully, if you're in the U.S., that you've got your taxes done or going to get them done today. I'm in the camp of, I started yesterday and I should be filing it today. So a little procrastination, but that's normal. Anyway, this Coffee Break Net's on every morning on the W6EK Repeater, All-Star Node 51018, Echolink, and Wires X. And we do that every morning from 7:30 until 10 a.m.-ish Pacific time. And we are sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club. The repeater is located in Auburn, at least the transmitter is in Auburn, California, which is Northern California, north of Sacramento, which is the capital of California. So that's where we're located. Today's national days, and I'll get those off, so a lot of times I tend to forget that. Of course, it is National Tax Day in the U.S. It's April 15th, so we need to file our taxes or file extension or something by today. It's National Glazed Spiral Ham Day. It's National Laundry Day. That's a great day. It's National Take a Wild Guess Day. And it's National Rubber Eraser Day. I wonder how many people still use rubber erasers. How many people still use pencils? Anyway, this is the Coffee Break Net, and I am Tom N6H. So we generally do, we start out with some quick in and outs, which is typically 2 minutes or less, just to kind of say hi and maybe tell us what you're doing today, and then we move on. So we'll do that for a couple of rounds. So who's out there? This is November 6 Hotel.
Well, good morning, Tom. KB6 SSN.
KO6IJ.
M6CKB, good morning, Tom.
Yeah, good morning there, Tom. VK1JT, the Juicy Tomato here in Canberra.
Oh, Mike Romeo, over.
Okay, that last station there, you came on too quick. I did not catch any call sign there. Come back with your call sign again, please.
Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, over.
Okay, I got you there, Robert. I did not catch anything from when you first keyed up there. I don't know if I only got the first part of it. Anyway, it's kind of a slight delay, so you have to kind of wait a second after you key up. Okay, so this is who I have. I have KO6KMR. I have VK1JT. I got N6EKV. I got KO6IHJ and KB6SSN for the first round. Anybody else that I'm missing?
I've tried to copy out of the north of California, KCFQV.
Okay, I got you there, Mark. KC8FQV. Your audio's a little hot, but I got you there. Okay. So these are all quick in and outs, which means we try to keep them to 2 minutes or less. So up to the top. Good morning, Tom, KB6SSN.
Well, good morning, Tom, and surprise, surprise, there you are on a Wednesday morning. You threw me for a loop there for a second. I heard I was on the other side of the yard, and I thought, that's not Brian. Anyway, good morning. Today, let's see, had a really, really good find on eBay. One of those $10 finds that, as you're searching eBay, one of the things that I look for, at least anyway, is people who misrepresent what they have, not intentionally, because they just don't understand what they have. And you can spot it in the title or in the description. That this person obviously has no idea what they have. And I found a field strength meter that was being advertised as a Siltronics transmitter. And I thought, I didn't know Siltronics ever made a transmitter, so I clicked on it to see what it was, and it was a field strength meter. $10 came, looks brand new, works great, came with antenna, came with an attenuator for the coax feed through it to use it as an SWR meter so you can use it at higher powers. So, interesting, all in one little box, $10. I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, that I have not heard of that one before, but that's interesting. So did you just happen to find this thing just by perusing different things, or were you doing a search for something else?
I was literally just looking around to see what the pricing was on some things, to see, what the current eBay rate was. There's the going rate, then there's the eBay rate. Add 30%, and there's the eBay rate. And having just recently sold something on eBay that was surplus equipment, I found out why some of those prices are so high, and that's because of the fees that eBay charges to sell upon that platform. It has gone up considerably since the last time I used them. So, I was quite surprised by that. So that justifies some of the increase on the eBay pricing, but not all of it. But in any case, I was just browsing through eBay and stumbled across this, and I thought, they don't have a clue what they have in their hand. Now, at most, it was worth $20, right? So I saved 50%. So, but they don't have a clue what they have, right? So I'll buy that, sure. Even if it's junk, it looked good sitting on a shelf. Well, it showed up, and it's in mint working condition.
Right, very good. Well, that's a good find there. Yeah, a lot of times with eBay, you have to kind of take what you get, and it's not always the best. I've had good luck with eBay, but yeah, you're right that I've sold some stuff, and the prices are definitely going up. And some of the stuff that they have on there, I mean, you look at it, and like they're asking 2 to 3 times the list price for something. It's really crazy. Like something is $200, and somebody else is trying to sell it for $400, and you kind of wonder, is anybody going to buy it for that price?
Well, the one that I think is interesting, that I keep seeing all the time, and I'm not going to mention any names here, but it's a power supply that this gentleman on eBay is trying to sell for literally $65 more than HRO sells it brand new, delivered to your door.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that too. It's kind of crazy. All right, very good. Well, and I think your first comment there about not being Brian, I think I should get a T-shirt and say I'm not Brian.
You'd be surprised how many people would know what that meant. KB6SSN73, have a great morning.
I guess it's the inside joke between you and me, since there's just 2 of us listening here talking. Okay, you have a great day there, Tom, and congratulations on your eBay find. So clearing with KB6SSN, next I have KO6IHJ, considering, good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Coffee Break Net, KO6IHJ. No, we're not in the same shack today. He's up in Auburn. I'm down here in the shack by myself. It just seems like we always check in at the same time. I got nothing going on today. I got the day off. And I'm playing FTA right now, trying to get this country called Brunel Darso, whatever. So, other than that, I'm watching my daughter leave for the work. It's a good day. I'm going to do something. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. So I'm going to send it back to you for the next person to save that 2 minutes. KO6IHJ73.
You're telling me, Larry, that you're running out of radios to test or to tear apart or anything with that with Tom? I'm amazed.
Oh, no, there's always a project around here. Tom's listening. Don't say we ran out of radios, because he'll go out and get more, okay? Just between me and you, because he walked away now. Hi.
Branching out to accessories, so you may have to start testing some of those things too. Anyway, if nothing else, it gives you a great education. I mean, you've only been in the hobby for a year, and look at all the experience you've had.
100% correct. Yeah, a little more than a year now, and got all the way up to extra, and the unbelievable knowledge that I'm sucking up free because I get an Elmer in my shot 3 days a week. Hi.
Okay, anyway, very good. Yeah, well, I think it's a good match there, and I think you're learning a lot, and that's the whole thing, and helping to contribute, and also helping with the videos, putting the videos out there on the YouTube. Okay, well, you take care. So back to you for anything else, and I'll move on here. KO6IHJ and then 6H.
I'm good here, except for one real quick message. I heard we got weather coming in. You hear me say this a lot. Buttoned up, cover it up, zip it up, wrap it up, seal it up. Let's get ready. KO6IHJ 73. Everybody have a blessed day.
Hey, Larry. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think we have weather every day. It just may not be spectacular, but I guess if the weather ever stops, then that's kind of an awesome warning there, or an ominous warning. Okay, 7-3 to you, Larry. You take care. Next, Carl in 6CKB. Good morning, Carl. What do you have for the net this morning?
Good morning, Tom, and everyone else out there. Well, I don't have much for the net today. I'm going to have a quiet day, just on my diet, getting ready for next week's adventure.
Okay, and what do we have? What's the adventure for next week?
Well, a week from today, I get a dose of radioactive iodine 131. I have to be in isolation for 10 days, trying to get rid of my thyroid cancer.
Okay, well, I hope that all goes well. I'm sorry I haven't been listening that much to the Coffee Break Net. Been kind of busy doing things, but best of luck with your procedure there, and hopefully all goes well with that.
Yeah, I should have done it before. I just have to be, I'm on a diet with low iodine right now, so it has a good uptake. And then I have to do a bunch of things Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I'm in isolation for 10 days. So I'll just be on this thing. I don't have my radios with me.
Okay, so is this going to be isolation in a hospital or in a medical facility where you won't have radios or even your phone to do check-ins?
No, I'll be at home in my master bedroom, but I'll have my phone so I can do it this way. So I won't be in the radio room because anything I touch I have to wipe down afterwards, so I'm trying to minimize what I have with me.
I definitely understand that. Well, okay. Well, at least hopefully we can hear from you and hear your progress is going here. And okay, best of us. Yeah, I know that's hopefully this is going to be. You won't have to go through this much more. Okay, very good. Well, good luck, and I guess maybe hopefully we'll talk to you maybe on the following Friday and see how you're doing. And 6CKV and then 6H.
Thank you for that, Tom. Everyone have a good Wednesday. This is W6EK 73.
You have a good Wednesday too there, Carl. Thanks for checking in. Next up, I have VK1JT, Juicy Tomato. Good evening there, John. And what do you have for the net this morning?
Well, it's a very cold morning here in Canberra, about 4 degrees outside. It's 1:45 in the morning on a Thursday, so April the 16th. I'm just doing some big cleanup and taking a lot of rubbish out and just trying to make the place look a lot better than it did. And finding some gems in there as well. I even found my photo ID for a couple of months. Thought I'd lost it and it disappeared under the couch. But so finding some gems and stuff like that. But all good and well. Other than that, everything else is running all right. Still doing Dr. SDR on Facebook. Still got the group running there. There's new stuff up on my page as well on QRZ.com. And otherwise, keep talking, look after yourselves and each other. Back to Net Control, VK1, Juicy Tomato.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I've found some gems too, and kind of cleaning up things here and going through stuff, kind of decluttering things. So it's 1 a.m. in the morning there. So why are you up so late?
Oh, mate, this is my normal witching hour for me. I don't go to bed until about 3 o'clock, 2, 3, sometimes 4, just depends on what I'm doing. And my body tells me when I want to sleep, and I sleep when it asks, and not a problem. But I just find it a lot better, actually, having a couple of sleeps during the day rather than a big sleep. Back to you.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that, but I guess one of the things about sleep is the first part of the sleep is kind of a deep sleep stuff, and there's different cycles and stuff. So it seems like with multiple sleep things, you may not get the proper type of sleep. Anyway, whatever works for you, whatever your body tells you, I guess is good there. All right, and I guess being up late like this allows you to also get into some of the nets here in the States. Okay, very good. Well, good luck with your perusing there, and hope you find some more gems there. VK1JT and then 6H.
Yeah, and then 6H. All right, Tom, thanks for running the net, and good morning to the listeners, or good day, I suppose. And you take care, look after yourself, VK1JT.
Okay, very good. Well, a good early morning to you two there, and thanks for checking in. We got you in the log here, and hope to talk to you next time. Going with VK1JT. Next, Robert, KO6KMR. Good morning. What do you have for the net?
Well, good morning, Tom. Good to have you along on a not Friday, and I'll be heading off to the gym as usual here just shortly. Just drinking a cup of coffee, listening to the conversation. My cable's going to be coming in, or coax is going to be coming in today, so I'll be in the attic this afternoon running coax from my antenna site to my where I've got my transceiver. So kind of getting close to setting up at least the VHF UHF side, and then once we get back off of our trip, I'll go ahead and run the coax for the HF and get me a HF radio. Over.
All right, very good there, Robert. Well, I hope that day comes soon, and it's like getting all prepared for that. I know that I remember back to your original when you originally came on the Elmer net there, and were asking about your condition there with all the HF noise and stuff like that. So I think you've probably progressed quite a ways here, and looking forward to when you get your radio and making your first HF contact from your location.
Yeah, I'm all excited about it. Even with some static in the background, I think I'll be able to get something. And if it's not quite what I'm looking for, I'll just go out to a park where there's no static and just enjoy the radio out there. Over.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. That was a suggestion that was made. That's what a lot of people why they enjoy POTA parks on the air, because if they have too much, either they have too much noise at their location, their home QTH, or maybe they have kind of limited place they can put up an antenna because of HOA rules, or just because of a limited size, that they can go out to a park and do that. And it's also kind of helps you to just be able to set things up quickly and get things going. So very good. Either way, you should definitely enjoy that. So you definitely need to get a radio and stuff that can be used for both. All right. Well, looking forward to the day, and you take care there. KO6KMR and N6H.
And on that happy note, I'm going to turn it back over to the net, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, and I'll just be monitoring for a bit. Over.
773 is to there, Robert, and thanks for checking in on this Wednesday morning. All right, next up, KC8FQV. Good morning, Mark. What do you have for the net this morning?
All right, we'll leave everything reset. Don't hurt to have the stuff reset, because if they don't all reset somewhere along the way, something gets messed up. Okay, so well, we took the refuge and recycle down. We got 71 degrees when I looked. An hour or two ago it was 65. So the sun's up now, and it's been out pretty much all day. Did a few nets last night. Matt. Oh, Wednesday, I forgot about your... Oh, I think the last night been the Zoom one. Oh, no, tonight's Wednesday. Right, today is Wednesday. I'm getting my days mixed up. You know, with this starting on Wednesday being the first on a Wednesday, it sort of makes a... You know, because we have our club, we have our meeting on Thursday, the third Thursday, but Monday night, the other club, we have it on the second Monday. So, yeah, it makes it a little confusing sometimes. You have to keep it straight. But good thing someone made a calendar, but I always don't look at them. I do. I have to look at them. But everything else is going good. And so I'll get back to that. Hamfest went good last weekend. So not much else. Yeah, but we do have activities. I'll take a look at on the calendars and that. And on the websites, they call it information overload sometimes, I think. So let's send it back to Net Control, KCFQE.
Okay, very good there, Mark. Yeah, KC8FQV and then 6A for the Coffee Break Net on this Wednesday edition here. All right, very good. Well, just put on your calendar. You say you don't look at calendars, but put on your calendar that tonight, which is going to be the third Wednesday of the month, we have the Elmer Net here on this W6EK Repeater and nodes and Echolink. So we do that on the first and third Wednesday is the Elmer Net. Starts at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Runs for an hour. And basically, you can ask your questions if you have any questions, or provide answers to people that are asking questions. Maybe have something about antennas or some other thing. And then on the second and fourth Wednesday, we do Zoom, and I know you've been on that for our In the Shack, which is kind of a Zoom version, a video version of that. So that, and then tomorrow night we have at 7:30 again. We have our weekly 2-meter net, and I know you've checked into that before. So. Just kind of reminder there of what we have coming up here in case you want to check in there, Mark. KC8FQV and N6H.
All right, KCFQE up. I will take a look there and stop by it some. Yeah, you can really get overloaded with all the nets we have. So, then you get all in the other kinds of things. You know, there's people that ride e-bikes and go hunting and go bow hunting and go, practices and golfing and tennis and bowling. You know, there's so much in our life. I don't know how anyone could get bored. We were watching a cat this morning. She was cleaning herself. We said, how does a kitten learn how to clean herself, son? But she's always cleaning herself. Amazing. But we'll send it back at, say, 73s, and I'll be listening for the net.
All right, Mark. Yeah, KC8FQV and N6H for the Coffee Break Net. Well, yeah. Also, when I add one more net to your list there, the first and third Friday. So this coming Friday will be our trivia night, starting at 7:30. So trivia night starting at 7:30. So all our nets start at 7:30 Pacific time, except for the All Nodes net, which is 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 Eastern. And we do that because that's kind of a nationwide net. We get a lot of people checking in from the East Coast there. So, yep, we have pretty much we have a net most days of the week except for Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, even Sunday we have a net. We have an Aries net at 7:30 most of the time, depending upon what week it is. All right, well, I'll say 7:30 there, Mark, and you have a great day there, and thanks for checking in. All right, this is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom, NN6H, and I swapped with Brian. So if you tuned in late here and expecting to hear Brian, I am not Brian. I am Tom. So and Brian will be doing the Friday shift. There was some work that needed done on the voter up in Mountaintop, so Brian is taking care of that and asked me to change. So, all right, so that was our first round of in and outs. I'll do another quick round of in and outs, which means 2 minutes or less. We try to do that, and then after that we'll do some rag chew. So, who's out there for some quick in and outs? NN6H.
KB6LUV. Good morning.
N2DYI.
Victor 5 Golf Whiskey November. W6AO.
Kilo Charlie 6, Sierra Lima Echo.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa with traffic.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa. Good morning. And Victor Alpha 7, Golf Alpha Charlie here.
Yeah, it seems we're being taken over by the Freedom Network, so we may not be able to use the Canada hub today. Over.
Roger, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa, and the other station there. Yeah, this is the Fireside network is tied to the W6EK Repeater in Northern California. We have a net going on here from 7:30 until 10 a.m. Pacific time. So, please, if you put your traffic someplace else if you can. All right, so I'll call back here on the stations that I have. I have KC6SLE, I got W6 Alpha Oscar, I got KJ5 GWN, I got N2II, and WB6LUV. Anybody else that I'm missing from this group on the W6EK Coffee Break Net? Okay, hearing none, let me go to the top. Go to Brett here, WB6L, KB6L, I don't know, LUV. Good morning, Brett.
And then 6H Kilo Bravo 6 Lima Uniform Victor. Brett here. Yep. Good morning. This is not Brian. Hi. And I was confused for a second. I had turned on the radio, heard your voice, and I'm like, today is Wednesday. I know I put the garbage out, but this is Tom's voice. What's going on? Hi. So, thanks for clearing that up. Glad that you're here. Always good to hear your voice. It's a beautiful morning here in Thomas, Sacramento. It's going to be another gorgeous day, another spring day here in Northern California. These are the days that we Northern Californians live for. It's going to be short-lived spring as it is normally around here. Let me take a fast break. I'm going to say good morning to my mom, Bonnie in Newton, Kansas. Morning, Mama. Hope you're having a good day. Staying on the safe side of the door. Goodness gracious. The weather, I don't know what's doing there in Newton. I'm sure Mark will let us know, but there was quite the tornadic activity in the last 24 hours, and there's probably going to be some more from the weather that blew through here. So, all right, nothing else really going on today. Just a normal day, I'd say. Going to be doing the normal recruiting of data center professionals and doing some fiddling around the house. I may get around to do some more 3D printing this afternoon. We'll see. But other than that, not a whole lot. Hope everybody else out there in Coffee Break Net land has an amazing day today. Be blessed. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. KB6LUV. Be of love. 73. Clear and listening.
Okay, very good. Yeah, KB6LUV and then 6H for the Coffee Break Night. Well, very good. And I hope your mom is safe back there. Hello to her if she's listening. And also, I know that you got a printer at the Hamfest. I think you got Aaron's printer there, Ender 3. So I'm just curious. I know this is a quick in and out, and I'm just curious what you printed and what your experience has been. If you can kind of sum that up in a couple sentences there, Brett. Back to you.
Yes, I did get Aaron's 3D printer. I have done the printing, the basic benchy print that everybody does to kind of start to see what their printer can do. Since that time, I've printed off a Native American flute, a couple of flexi toys, a bunch of guitar picks. By the way, Daniel, if you're listening, keep a lookout in the mail. You should be getting some either this week or early next. Printed off a stand for my ICOM 2730. So now it's off into printing more practical things. The first stuff was just to kind of see what the printer can do and to see what I can do. Learning curve, man, it's a steep learning curve. Anybody else out there that wants to maybe catch a little more, we can put it on QRZ. You can hit me up there, but I don't want to take the time here as these are quick in and outs. Back to the net, KB6LUV 73.
Right, I heard somebody else key up there. Do we have a comment?
Court case where they called it the Dumpster debate. The chassis with 14.5-inch barrel. The 940. And Gerry mentioned that company. With a
last RF station there, you are coming through very, very hot, and there's just no intelligible audio there. You're very, very hot. It's like there's a lot of background noise here, so I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Brett, very good. Okay, got what you said there, and yeah, I found I have the Bamboo A1 Mini, and that didn't have a real big learning curve to it. At least not for me, and I was able to print out quite a few things. So very good. Well, have fun with that. 3D printing definitely opens up a lot of doors and another rabbit hole to go down for sure. Anyway, well, thanks for that, and you have a great day there. So clearing with Brett, KB6LUV. Next, going back to Patrick and to DYI. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everyone on the net. Hope everyone's having a reasonable day. I'm having one of those days where I kind of regret waking up, so I'm trying to do something about that, because that's not a fun place to be all day.
Well, this is not Thursday, so at least I was thinking that I wouldn't be talking to you on a Thursday, and I know Thursday is a bad day, so hopefully your Wednesday will turn into a better day.
Yeah, it's just one of those days where nothing particularly bad is happening, but everything just, your tolerance for basically anything is non-existent. At least that's the case for me right now. It's just, I don't know. I'm just tired of putting up with stupid things that are outside of my control, and there's nothing I can do about any of it. And yeah, it's just days. Nothing in particular, just everything in general, I guess. One of those days. So, here we are, Wednesday morning, April 15th.
Well, yeah, so on a brighter note, I hope that you got your taxes done.
Yeah, I did that several weeks ago. Got all that done near the end of February, so I hope, unless something bad happens.
Well, like I said, when I first started this net, I started working on my taxes yesterday. My taxes aren't that complicated, so I use TurboTax, and pretty much got it done last night, so I'll do some final things this morning and ship it off. So I'm crossing my fingers that that'll all go well.
Yeah, my taxes are likewise not very complicated. I basically had almost no work last week. Had no work at all last week. How about last year? Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, not a whole lot to do.
Well, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 161 162 hope that your Wednesday is a better day. Maybe you should find some nice, fun project to play with, or maybe I know that you got some musical devices here, so maybe do that to kind of take your mind someplace else.
Yeah, never a bad thing to get into something like that at the time. It certainly helps. Just got to be in the right frame of mind, I guess. On a side note, I firmly believe that anyone who actually says the word hi-hi on the air should be slapped very gently with a rubber duck antenna. That's a Morse thing. And people are saying it on the air. I hear it all the time here locally. That's all I got. 7-3, Brian. Oh, you're not Brian, are you? It's Wednesday. You should be Brian, but you're Tom. 7-3 Tom, NN6H, N2DYI.
Yeah, I told you I need that T-shirt that says "I'm not Brian." Yeah, this is Tom, and this is Wednesday. Yeah, so yeah, people were saying, "Gee, my calendar's all messed up." All right, well, yeah, the hi thing. Yeah, that you hear that a lot on HF. You know, where people have kind of CW to HF years ago, but hi, or doing it on a. It's funny. My mom, who was not into this stuff, you know, but you know, she kind of supported my hobby back when I was 14, got my license and all that stuff, and I was doing CW and things. She understood the hi, HI, and she would actually do that on her horn on the car, and people would do it to her as they passed by the house there, so she understood that. So it's kind of funny when you say that. All right, well, you take care there, and I hope you have a much better day there, Patrick, N2DYI and N6H.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. My mom also, she didn't do the car horn thing, but she definitely got it. I was kind of in the same doing CW when I was a kid. So yeah, there were some silly things that got picked up from that. I remember I had a friend who was a few years older than I was. I got my license very young. I was 8 years old. And there was a friend who was a few years older than me, and we were both kind of learning Morse together. And he would drive by the house and honk his horn, Morse out his name. His name was Jeff. So did what happened in unexpected times and places. Fun times. Anyway, that's what I get for calling CQ with a car horn in the parking lot. 7-3 Tom, N2DYI.
Yep, I definitely understand that. You know, the high is you know, kind of lends itself towards the horn because it's just 4 dots and then 2 dots, you know, with a space between it. CQ is dotted, you know, which is a little bit harder to do that on a horn, you know, to get the spacing and get the timing between the dots and the dashes. So interesting. All right, well, you take care, and hopefully you have a much better Wednesday. And just remember, this is not Thursday, so you should be having a better day. Anyway, 7-3 there, Patrick. Next up, let's go to Will, KJ5GWN. Good morning, Will. Hopefully you're having a good day back there. KJ5GWN. Let's see, I don't see you on my list. Maybe you dropped off here. Just do one quick call here. KJ5GWN, are you there, Will? And then 6H.
Yeah, good morning, Tom. I accidentally disconnected myself. Which is easily done on an iPhone. So, you know, it is what it is. Just fixing a little lunch here, a little early lunch, but that's okay. Learning a new radio, so that's what I'm doing. So, anyway, that's all I'm up to, Tom. Things are good back here. We had weather last night, and we expect to have a little bit of weather today. So, anyway, not doing too much else other than playing with the new radio. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Okay, very good there, Will. KJ5 Golf Whiskey November NN6H. That is definitely, I know when you're coming through on repeater phone or DV switch, you know, especially if you get a phone call or something like that, things can easily disconnect there. So glad you're back on there and glad we got you. And yeah, we'll stay safe back there. I'm looking at the weather report there last night on the news, and yeah, a lot of places having tornadoes and all sorts of things. So be careful there. And anyway, thank you for checking in, and we got you in the log here there, Will. So clearing with KJ5GWN73. Next up, I have W6 Alpha Oscar Jeff, it says here. And I don't think we've talked before, but good morning.
Morning, Tom, not Brian. This is Jeff, W6AO. Yeah, I think we talked maybe once on the net a while back, but you would have probably heard it as KO6MMI or AK6SQ. I only just recently got a vanity call sign, which I was probably going to recheck later and tell the rest of the story. It's been a multi-day affair of kind of telling the history of my call sign. But besides that, nothing much for the net. I am under the house in the basement checking my pathways for coax. I'm in the same boat as KO6KMR, getting ready to lay the foundation for my HF rig. Back to you.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on the new call. Yeah, W6AO. I mean, it's a nice, easy, quick call there. Very good. And yeah, very good for laying HF. So have you actually got an HF radio, or are you in the same boat as John for looking for one too?
I am pretty much have all the pieces ready to go. I've got the antenna all built. I've got a Xiegu G90, which I'll be using for it's the first HF radio. So at home, also want to get it out in the world using POTA, take it around with me wherever when I get another kind of transportable antenna ready to go. But I'm going to be hooking it up to an off-center fed dipole that I'll be hooking up in my house here soon. It's going to work. As far as I can tell, I've got it trimmed and ready to go through 80 meters all the way down to 6. Or maybe it's down to 5 megahertz is what I've got it, what do you want to call that? Is what I've got it spec'd for. So I've got everything needed except for the coax. Waiting for that to come in and arrive. So pretty much the exact same boat as KO6KMR. Back to you.
Very good. Yeah, I have a G90, and those are nice little radios. It's a great little POTA radio. So you say you have your antenna and stuff all trimmed. Are you using an NOVNA to do that, or SWR meter, or what do you've done there?
When I get it all set up, I'm hoping to borrow nano VNA or some sort of antenna analyzer from. I've got some very kind local Elmers to help me out, specifically K6BSY, Jeff, and you said I could maybe borrow an antenna analyzer, and I may take him up on that, and also Kim, KM6LT, who possibly will be gifting me some coax, which is a very, very exciting prospect. But beyond that, I don't want to take up too much time. I'll send it back to you with a 7-3 to all. I'll be back under the house and monitoring as best I can. This is W6AO, clear and monitoring.
All right, very good. Yeah, W6AO, NN6H for the Coffee Break Net. All right, very good. Well, congratulations on that, getting things going there. Yeah, and Jeff, K6BSY, he's a good guy there. And yeah, it's just nice that people, want to, loan and donate different type of things like that. So yeah, definitely an analyzer. I'm sure you'll do great there. Anyway, good luck with your project, and thanks for checking in on this Wednesday edition of the Coffee Break Net. Next up, Graydon, KC6SLE. Good morning, Graydon. What do you have for the net this morning?
Good morning, Tom. Good to hear you out there. Good morning to the net. Oh, just getting the day started with going around the house and doing some preventative maintenance on some of the appliances. Just put a new filter in the refrigerator. I like to do that every so often. need to reset the clock in there so the reminder if I'm up the right time in the future for replacing it again. Got the washing machine running on a clean cycle. You know, if you have a front loader washing machine, two recommendations I have is one is leave the door open so it can dry out after you use it, because otherwise it might start growing things and smelling undesirable. And you can get a chemical or pellets down at the hardware store that you throw in every so often and run it on a clean cycle. They really do need to run a clean cycle every so often.
Okay, yeah, that is something that I have not done. And I've seen those pellets and things that you can do for desanitizing your dryer or a washer. I have a top-loading one, and I typically, after I do a laundry, I leave it open for a day, just for the kind of same reason, kind of let it dry out there. But I've never done any actual cleaning cycle on it.
It probably has a cleaning cycle, though most of the new ones do. Yeah, the best thing you can do is leave the door open overnight, let the thing dry out. If it's dry on the inside, then there won't be any moisture for anything to grow, but it's good to clean them out periodically. And the front door seal we find on ours, I probably once a week I'll go in there and wipe down the front door seal, keep it nice and clean.
Yeah, I think it's all good tips, and probably not a lot of people think about those things. Yep, good preventive tips. Thank you for that.
You know, ours, I believe it's an LG, actually has a filter at the bottom that needs to be periodically cleaned as well. And the way to drain that filter and get to it is pretty easy. You just have to get down on your hands and knees. But that filter, if you've never cleaned it, I think what it does is it cleans out stuff that might get into the laundry. Up here, it's quite common for leaves and other stuff to work their way into the laundry, and that filter picks that up and cleans it, because as the machine is cycling water through it during a wash cycle, the filter is on there to take out lint, hair, stuff like that. So I find that once a month, it's a simple process to drain that, pull it out, clean it. That's also a good tip.
Okay, well, I'm familiar with the lint filter, which is mainly, but it's not in the water line itself. But I have, you know, I guess I have to admit that I have not. I got my, I have a GE washer, and I probably got it a few years ago. I have never read the manual on it. It came with one. You know, I just kind of hooked it up and just. I have not. I probably should look at that and see if there are any of those type of things, like a filter that needs to be replaced or cleaned.
That's kind of like badges. We don't need any stinking badges. We don't need any stinking instructions. But yeah, read the manual sometime. I'm probably peculiar in this way, but I actually enjoy reading manuals and reading schematics. I like reading both.
Well, I do too, and I will generally, my kind of a mode of operation is I will, like a radio or whatever it is, or even a device, I will go ahead and turn it on and play with it and get a feel for it and see if it's intuitive enough to be able to understand, and then I'll go back and read the manual. Then you kind of get all the nuances. But for appliances, I typically don't. If it's something from Harbor Freight, I despise their manuals, because the first 3 or 4 pages is all of these safety, do not do things, and then you get to the very end and you have a little bit of technical information. But yeah, I'm not a fan of their books.
Well, you have to realize that most manuals these days are written by attorneys. They're not written by engineers or technicians. And that's to protect the people that do dumb things.
That is very true. Well, these are quick in and out, so anything else you have for the net here before I move on? I got Brian in my last of my list here, so anyway, back to you, KC6SLE and 6H.
I don't want to keep Brian waiting, and I appreciate you running the net today. With that, Brian, everyone have a great day. KC6, Echolink.
Yeah, I definitely need that T-shirt saying that I am not Brian. This is Tom, NN6H, and this is the Coffee Break. You have a 7.3 there, great. And anyway, this is the Coffee Break Net, and I am substituting for Brian today, and he will be on Friday. So speaking of that, Brian, AI6US, good morning. Okay, after all that build-up and Brian is not there, he had put himself on the list, so I thought that he wanted to check in. So one more call to you there, Brian. AI6US and then 6H.
Yeah, that's what I get for grabbing a HT that I didn't check if it was programmed. Good morning, Tom. This is Brian, AI6US, getting ready to head up to the vault in a few minutes.
Very good. I will get you a T-shirt saying that I'm not Tom. How about that?
I love it. Maybe at the upcoming Donuts and Coffee in the Park, you can be wearing the T-shirt, I'm not Brian, and I'll be wearing I'm not Tom. Good inside joke. Anyway, we're going to be doing some maintenance today up at the mountaintop starting at about 9:30. Going to try to keep our interruptions minimal to folks checking in through RF. But we are going to have to move the equipment over one rack as there is a new tenant coming into the vault. Other than that, I was up till about 1 o'clock this morning trying to get Allmon 3 to work on my my ASL3 Trixie installed on a 3040, Dell 3040. And man, I just gave up about 1 o'clock this morning. The node seems to fire up. Things seem to appear to work great, but yeah, it's one of those things where I hope I don't need to stay up again till 1 o'clock this morning working on it.
Okay, well, not to belabor this, but what is the issue? What is Allmon? Is it displaying any status you're not able to, or what is the issue?
Yeah, it's just some sort of credential, I think, between Allmon and the ASL3. I'm certain that I have all my credentials matched up correctly. I'm sure I have the right ports, and it allows me to credential into it, but it shows the node number, but no additional information, and it just has me frustrated as heck. But other than that, it's all updated to the latest Trixie ASL3, and I'm just starting to finish up the process of tying it into that UCI 200, so I can start running full duplex on the node for the net. So, yeah, it's a project that has been kind of sitting here, and the dust was gathering on it, and I thought I didn't buy this equipment to gather dust, so I packed it last night, and it knocked me to the floor and sent me to bed.
Okay, very good. Well, yeah, I guess there's kind of a couple things here. If it's not displaying any information and it's not getting you any error message saying that it can't find the server, then that means that you're at least talking to it, and it may just be in your configuration, your INI configuration thing, where you put in what it's looking for there, the node number and all that stuff may not be formed correctly in the file. All right, well, good luck with that, and also, yeah, thank you for taking care of the loader stuff and taking care of that this morning. And yeah, I will give you a T-shirt saying I am not Tom. That'll be funny. So yeah, and you mentioned the Donuts and Coffee in the Park, and that's going to be coming up Saturday, May 9th, 9 a.m. And that'll be at Auburn Recreational Park. And we're going to have serving donuts and coffee, and it'll be served by the net controllers, the Coffee Break Net controls. So that should be fun.
Yep, just was talking with Mark, our club president, yesterday about all the
little details of getting everything prepared for that. Of course, this is sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club, the Coffee Break Net, and really looking forward to all of the folks that just show up and the face-to-face encounters that we always have some fun times. So bring a chair. It's going to be beautiful weather. I know a couple people were talking about bringing their go kits and maybe activating in the park there, and it should be a fun morning. But anyway, high, 7.3s.
Okay, 7.3s and high, yeah. All kind of making Patrick into do I have another bad day there. Okay, very good. Well, you have a great day, and thanks for taking care of the mountaintop stuff. And so you mentioned starting at 9:30. So are you gonna wait until 10 o'clock before disconnecting the receiver, or what's going to happen there time-wise?
Yeah, we'll have to see how quickly we can get in there. I know we're going to have to clear out some other space and get everything ready to move over. So I'm thinking it's going to put us pretty close to 10 o'clock before we actually do the swap over. But if we are able to get a little faster, I may just roll the system over to the backup at Rob, KM6YKX's home, and we may just finish out the net on the backup voter. But I'll keep but I'm pretty certain that we can just move everything over starting about 10 o'clock. But, hey, thank you so much for taking the shift today and freeing me up. I'm going to be going up there with Jeff, N5JEF, and Mark is going to be joining us, W2NWK, our club president. First time he's going to be visiting us up there and checking out the vault location. So, yeah, it should be a fun morning.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it should be a nice weather for you too up there. All right, very good. Well, thank you for doing that. Yeah, I can you can break in. I'll leave some gaps here so you can break in if you need to maybe do just internet type check-ins only at some point, and I'll try to close things up around 10 o'clock or before around 10, so it gives you a chance to be able to do all that stuff, so you're not there waiting. All right. Well, thanks for what you do there, Brian, and also for Jeff and Mark, and looking forward to talking to you later. AI6US and N6H for the Coffee Break Net.
All right, Tom, thank you for taking the shift today, and I will be on Friday. And thank you to all the net control operators running a great Coffee Break Net for over 6 years now. It takes a lot of dedication by everyone, and thank you. Have a wonderful day. AI6US. I'm going to be hopping in the truck and heading to the vault.
Okay, very good. Yeah, heading to the other vault up in on top. All right, very good. Yeah, clearing with AI6US. Yeah, so this is the Coffee Break Net. I am Tom NN6H, and yes, Brian and I have switched, so Brian will be on Friday, and I am doing today's, the Hump Day edition. I want to mention the national days. It's National Laundry Day. We were talking to Graydon about getting maintenance on his washer. So yeah, this is National Laundry Day. National Glaze Spiral Ham Day. It's National Take a Wild Guest Day, and National Rubber Eraser Day. I wonder how many people actually use rubber erasers anymore. And National Tax Day. Yeah, today is April 15th. Your taxes are due, or an extension or some facsimile of theirs. So, and I am working on mine, and hopefully we'll get those done. It's pretty much 99.9% done. So, but I always procrastinate. All right, so I will go ahead and open up here for anybody else. We can start doing rag shoe. And if you want to be in and out, let me know, and I'll put you at the top there. But who's out there for check-ins? This is Tom, NN6H.
W2VX, quick in and out.
N9MUF.
And good morning, Tom. This is W6BJN, and you can put me at the bottom of the list.
And Mark took me out. And Echolink, or AllStar, I assume.
Tom, that has priority. KO6TH.
This is WA7 Hotel X-Ray Zulu, Chandler, Arizona. I'm having breakfast with some lovely ladies. Wish you guys was here. All you can do right now is just be jealous. Over. Handles Ken, Kilowatt Echo November. Over.
Okay, this is who I have. I got WA7HXU, Ken. I got you. We'll come back to you in a few minutes here. I got T6DCL. I got KO6TH. I got WV6BJN, Mark. I'll put you at the end. Got N9MUF, and I got W2VX as an in and out. Anybody else in this list as an in and out besides Doug?
Hi, this is Kilo 3, Delta November Papa. I'm on my way to work and just listening.
Okay, K3DNP, so I'll put you as an in and out. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. I'll go ahead and put you on the in and out list. Thank you. All right, so I assume everybody else here is so we'll do the in and outs first. W2X, good morning, Doug. What do you have for the net?
Good morning, Tom, and everybody else. For the net, well, I can tell you this. I am not Brian. I am not Tom. I am the man behind the curtain, or at least one of the people behind the curtain. How's that?
Yes, and please close the curtain.
Yeah. You know, are you going to be around on Friday? You're probably in Lincoln. Are you working on your taxes in Lincoln, or are you down in Discovery?
I am in Discovery Bay. I'm finishing up my taxes, and I'm heading up to Lincoln. And I was going to be, I got a medical test early Friday morning, so I will be up in the Auburn area if you want to get together on Friday morning.
Friday morning was what I was going to suggest. That'll be fun. I'm working on characterizing the offset attenuators and trying to come up with some improvement ideas. So you could help with that, and you would also be a person behind the curtain.
Well, if we're both behind the curtain, I don't want anybody else to talk there. So, yeah, we can go ahead and do that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and tentatively do that. And very good. I guess that would save us a phone call or texting to try to coordinate all that stuff. Yeah, so I will be up there this week, and so looking forward to that. So, anything else that you have for the net here behind the curtain?
I'm going to do the same old thing, another day, another carrot. I'm going to jump on the bike, go to the canyon. Oh, my daughter from Michigan is here. Teresa and I have been having some fun showing her, around. We went to Tahoe yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Stuff like that. So we're doing family things, and then when we're not doing that, we're being us. Everybody have a safe, pleasant day. W2VX. I am, behind the curtain.
Okay, very good. Well, and enjoy behind the curtain there, and I hope everything goes well. Yeah, and have fun showing your daughter around. That's always a fun thing to do. And they get to, a lot of times, when people come out and you show them around, you start seeing tourist things that you normally wouldn't go to by yourself. So it's always an interesting time. And then, so we'll see you on Friday. Anyway, so clearing W2VX. So next I have K3DNP, And is this your first time checking in? I don't see you. We keep a log here, and I don't see you come up in the log. So K3DNP NN6H. I'm Tom.
Tom, my name is Gabe. Yes, this is my first time checking in. I'm kind of new to all this stuff, and I'm just about to pull up at work, and listening to you guys is a lot more interesting than the news, and I want to wish you guys a lot of fun behind these curtains.
Yeah, very good. Well, I guess there's room for you behind the curtain, too, if you want. All right, very good. Well, welcome to the Coffee Break Net. We do this every morning from 7 until 10 a.m.-ish, almost every day of the week, and we do have a few exceptions when we don't do it for some of the runs and stuff that we give the repeater to. So some of the horse and runner type of stuff. So very good. Well, and so I'm just curious where you're currently located right now. Your signal's doing pretty well into the repeater. You have a little bit of noise to it, but otherwise it's perfectly comparable. K3DNP and then 6H.
Good. Yeah, no, I'm mobile, and I'm over in the North Natomas area off of Highway 80. And I've got to run into work in about 1 minute here, so I got to sign off. But thank you for letting me know about the net, and fun, like I said, fun listening to you guys. You guys take care, stay safe, and this is K3DNP, Kilo 3, Delta November Papa. I'm 73.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for checking in, and hope that you become a regular here. Yeah, K3DNP and then 6H73. All right, so those are my in and outs. So go to the top of my rag 2 list, and so that would be Daniel, N9MUF. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
Good morning, Tom and the net. I am hanging in there. It's actually been a good, productive morning. When I can wake up and do CW before the coffee, I'm pretty happy.
Well, very good. Having coffee and having a good morning is always good there. So hopefully you're not getting any weather issues like other parts of the country.
No, we're definitely on the soaked side here. The weather cat is absolutely wet. So, yeah, no, it's no POTA, no motorcycle today.
Well, I guess it's a good day to do some projects inside and get things taken care of. So just enjoy that.
That's absolutely the scope of the day. Working on that to-do list. Filed my tax extension this morning. There's paperwork that I need that I don't have in hand. So it's not a matter of didn't want to or didn't feel like getting it done. It's just without the paperwork, I can't file.
I definitely understand that, and at least you filed, so you're not going to be penalized for that. I have never done a extension for taxes. I've always had the information, but it's been more of I've probably more times than not file on the very last day, which I know is not always great, but for some reason it's just not interesting for me to do taxes, so I kind of put them off as much as I can.
I definitely prefer to get them done in a timely fashion and with enough time to get them done, let them sit a week, come back to it and review everything so I feel comfortable hitting that send button. But since I started to work with my partner in the studio, we don't get the studio tax paperwork done, and since I am now an official business owner, I kind of need that in order to file my personal.
Okay, very good. good. Well, I think that's a good approach. I was reading something about procrastination, and and I just kind of looking at different reasons. And one of the reasons they came up with, which makes sense to me, is that the task is boring, and there are more interesting things to do, and I tend to do that. Like I'll look at something here, and I'll say, oh, there's a project I can work on. When I can be either doing my taxes or doing this project. Even though the taxes are due tomorrow, maybe I'll do the project first, and so that's kind of what happens. So I think that's probably explains things. In the back of my mind, it says, yeah, you probably should do it, a month earlier just to get it done, but that doesn't always happen.
I tend to work on them about mid-March. I'm not one of these 1st of February people, but I've done it on the 15th a few times just due to life interfering, and there's always that feeling I'm not going to make it. And I've had one time where I think I hit send about 11:30 at night, and I'm just going, oh, come on, let's not do this again.
Yeah, I think what got me into the habit of doing it later is I have some managed stocks and using Schwab for that, and they have been sending me revisions of the stock thing, the year-end stock stuff, so that if I filed, at the end of on the end of January or February 1st, I would have had to refile because things had changed a little bit. So I just got into the habit of I'll wait close to April 15th, and they should be pretty much done with all the changes, and then I can file the right one. But that hasn't been an issue in the last couple of years, but I still wait until the end. Anyway, very good. Well, any good radio projects going on today for you?
Well, today I'm just doing the VAR AC Wednesday check-in. My studio partner will be coming over, so it'll probably take up some time. And I got a pound out of the POTA bag yesterday. So, getting that lighter POTA bag is always a goodness. I think I've managed to pull about 4 pounds out of it over the last couple of weeks.
Okay, very good. So one of the things that I've done in the past is like when you go camping or you do something, is you kind of come back and make a list of things that you didn't use that you don't need to take next time. So is that the situation?
More replacing with smaller items. In one case, with the Bioenno battery going in there, I got to pull out all the AA's, rechargeable AA's that I had as backups. In another case, replacing a set of headphones with an ear pod, and just trying to go toward the lighter solution. I'd like to eventually replace the buddy stick that's in there with an Elecraft antenna, just because, again, lighter and easier to have on the back if I'm going to wear it as a backpack and go for a motorcycle ride. That way I get the best of both worlds, POTA and motorcycles.
I think those are all great things. And this all kind of lends itself to emergency type of stuff too. If you ever needed to actually use the radio stuff for an emergency, you kind of you've done this before, and it's you've gotten to tailored it down to a light package, and you know what to do.
And I know what I need to grab very quickly if I want to add voice or computer to it. And being able to be that flexible, I'll admit my color coding for everything, Brian and I had talked about it, the one who's not you, and he was using these clear bags, and I found that Crown Royal bags make excellent sorting bags for amateur radio gear.
I have found that Ziploc bags, the freezer Ziploc bags, since I have those around, and I kind of recycle those things, and that's my go-to bag.
For me, I've had enough of the variants of Crown Royal, so I can sort it out and go, okay, if it's peach, it's audio related. If it's the high quality leather Crown Royal bag, it's actually the radio. If it's caramel, it's antenna related. And again, the joy of enjoying different flavors of Crown Royal and saving all the bags. Crown Royal, it's not just a dice bag any longer.
Okay. Well, I think you're... I won't make any comments about that. Anyway, it sounds like you're very well organized. And anyway, very good. Well, I wish you luck with all that stuff. And when do you think your next POTA is going to be?
I'm hoping for Saturday or Monday. It's definitely weather dependent, so this is all going to hinge on Mark, whether or not we get out for a POTA soon. But looking at the next 2 or 3 days, I'm thinking, like I said, Sunday or Monday are going to be my best hopes. And no worries making a comment about it. But then, I'm over 50, and I've had the opportunity to save the Crown Royal bags, and it is one of my favorite whiskeys. So it's easy to collect them.
Yeah, and I can definitely see it as an excuse to do that. Okay, very good. And Mark is coming up here soon, so anything that you want to say to Mark? I know you had some issues with his reporting and such, but I'll give you I guess a 10 seconds window there if you want to talk to Mark before he comes up here in a few minutes.
It's always a pleasure hearing your reports, Mark, and it's always great to be able to kid you about that. And if I may make a quick note to Brett, I'm looking forward to the guitar picks. I just hope they survive. I will admit that my two favorite picks are either stone or titanium. Anything else I tend to kind of grind through.
I'm sure this will probably be a PLA type pick, so I'm not sure how that will hold up.
Comment. We'll see. I had a friend who recommended a carbon fiber pick, and he was right. It had a great grip, but I looked down after this one song was over, and the pick was absolutely trashed. I tend to play with a bit of intensity, and I like heavier strings on my guitar. So, given the fact that I enjoy rock and metal, I think stone and titanium kind of works.
Yeah, I don't think his printer prints into stone or titanium, so you may have to, well, I guess we'll get the report after you get the picks and you give us what the user review is.
Absolutely. Well, and there was a comment in there.
Go ahead, comment.
Hey, W6EK, you'll notice my note to you, Daniel, is even if you enjoy them for one song and are done, not a problem. That's what 3D printing and PLA is for. Enjoy, friend. Jam on. KB6UV 73.
One more comment. Yeah, second comment. Go ahead.
Morning, Tom. I heard you guys talking about picks. KN6 SSB. I have a friend who was a service writer. Long time ago, he's kind of gone professional and he makes picks. Vinny at vpicks.com. They got great grip. He uses acrylic, a clear acrylic. And anyway, check them out. Some people like them, some people don't. He kind of has gone over the little. That's what he used to always play with in the past. But then he started designing picks, and he's up there now with old Billy Gibbons and Carlos Santana and everybody else. So it's probably a love-hate relationship when it comes to picks. But he's got all the different types. vpicks.com.
Okay, very good there, Art. Thank you for that information. Also, thanks to Brett there. Yeah, I'm sure picks is probably. I don't play guitar, but I'm sure it's probably up there. Like, what's the best antenna? What's the best radio? It's like, what's the best pick? And it's all probably personal preference. Back to you, Daniel.
Definitely personal preference, definitely durability. For about 2 years, I was using a British Tuppence. Was actually wearing those out at a surprising rate. And I've still got quite a few of them. But I wind up, often choosing the pick for the tone for the particular song, but it's also, if I'm playing out, I never use the expensive picks because I'm going to lose them. I'll always use the cheaper Delrin picks. They're not my favorite, but they'll last, and I can handle losing 2 or 3 of them without my budget going nuts. Whereas some of these Stone picks, they're from a company called Stoneworks, and they are not cheap.
Okay, that is something that I definitely don't know anything about, but I didn't know that there's such a variety of them, and there are even people that specialize in them. So very interesting. Yeah, I think if I started getting into picks, then I'd probably have to get into guitars, and that would lead to another rabbit hole, which I'm probably not going to be good at.
But if you're enjoying it and having fun with it, you don't have to worry about being good at it. It's like amateur radio. I always encourage people working at either one and getting better, but if you do unless I'm a Carlos Santana, it's not worth it. That'd be like saying, well, if I'm not a Bob Heil, it's not worth it.
Well, I think it's just a matter of, I have a lot of hobbies and a lot of things that I do, and adding that one thing, I actually have a keyboard that I have here that I was intending to learn to play, and so that probably would be my next musical thing if I was to do something, but I have not done anything musical in a long time. But I admire people that have that skill and have that talent, so it's not a matter of not being, Carl Santana. It's just a matter of, being able to pick it up and actually play anything that sounds reasonably recognizable.
My trick to getting started on guitar is using open tuning. That way you're not trying to learn 2 things at the same time, one thing for your left hand and one for your right. Tune to an open tuning, actually an open fifth, and just go along with that, and you start getting to make music right out the gate.
Like I say, another rabbit hole that I probably don't have time for right now. But anyway, I definitely will enjoy kind of living along with everybody else's thing there. All right, very good. Anything else for the net here before I move on here, Daniel?
I get the hint. Sorry about that. And 7-3 to you in the net, Tom, and 9MUF.
No, I wasn't trying to push you away there. I was just want to kind of moving on here. But no, it's definitely interesting conversations and stuff, and always appreciate that. All right, very good. Well, you have a great day there, and hope your radio projects go along there. And yeah, give us a review there once you get the picks from and see how they work there. All right, and thanks for checking in. So clearing with N9MUF. Next, Greg, AL6TH. Good morning, and what do you have for the net this morning?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everyone. Greg, KO6TH. Lovely day so far. Well, kind of lovely. It's going to be cloudy, but anyway. Today is a couple of outings for, gotta go shopping, and I have errand to run. Taxes were filed, so that's all taken care of, and yay. Did I hear you right? Today is both tax day and take a guess day? Really?
Yes, today is National Take a Wild Guess Day.
And tax day. Okay, very good. Interesting alignment. Okay, yeah. Some of these, sometimes you can't make these things up. Anyway, what else is going on? Oh, we have astronomy on tap this afternoon or this evening, 5 o'clock up in Grass Valley at 1849 Brewing, and then the Almernet at 7:30. And I actually do have a question this time related to this last presentation we had, talking about ferrite chokes and cables and lightning. And I think we need to be careful putting toroid chokes on things, or clip-on chokes, whatever they are, any kind of choke, and where we put it, because I think there's danger lying therein. KO6TH, back to you.
Okay, yeah, I know that Jim, WAMPA, did a nice presentation last Friday. I was not able to attend, even on Zoom, so any idea when that presentation will be, that video will be on our YouTube channel?
It's coming. I've done a very drafty first pass at it for the purposes of how we fix some of the audio and video problems from the room. We're still trying to figure out the best way of making use of the facility, and this very drafty first draft is being used for that right now. But based on that, it's close. There's some stuff I want to clip out, some things that didn't really add. There were comments from the audience that didn't really add to anything, and some cleanup to do. But it's pretty close. It should be out within a week, I think, or I don't know, maybe even sooner than that, depending on how much time I can put on it. So it's coming. It's coming. But it was a good presentation. Interesting effects of ferrite, those clip-on chokes. Don't do as much as you think they do. I guess not a surprise there. It's a one-turn kind of deal. A comment about using them to suppress noise being picked up by the feed line going to your antennas. It says, hey, put a ferrite choke on it, and that'll remove a lot of the background noise. I've got a S6 noise on 40 meters here, just with nothing else going on. And it's like, I can't really use 40 meters very much because of that. So I tried it. Didn't help. But I noticed where I clipped the ferrite was right above the lightning arrestor. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. If I'm putting an impedance bump on the path the lightning is supposed to be taking, getting to ground, that's not a good thing to do. So I took it off and moved it below the lightning arrestor. So it didn't do any good on the noise, but maybe that'll force any lightning static kind of stuff into the arrestor and on the ground. KO6TH, that to you.
Okay, very good. Well, interesting thought there. And that would be something to ask on the Almernet tonight at 7:30 on this repeater and the nodes and associated things. Very good. Yeah, so going back to this being tax day and also take a wild guess day, it's also National Rubber Eraser Day. And it kind of reminds me of the days back when we used to use, hand fill out the forms. Remember doing that? The 1040 forms and the 540 forms and such, and used to do that with a pencil. I remember doing it with a pencil so that you could, if you had to make changes and stuff, you can use an eraser. So I don't know if the National Eraser Day, the pink erasers are associated with that or not, but that's what they have here. All right there, Greg. Well, we'll probably listen for your question tonight on the Almernet, and thanks for doing all the stuff that you do there with the videos and stuff for the club and putting them on the YouTube channel. So looking forward to the presentation here in about a week. KO6TH and then 6H.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everyone's welcome to the videos. I enjoy doing them, and I usually learn something each time I do. This time we had some issues with the audio in terms of feedback, and I found a tool in the video that says a very narrow notch filter for the audio, and took most of that out. So it's like, whoa, it actually works. What was I going to say? I don't know. Anyway, on with the day. The racers. Pencil, and then went to the final. Go over it with ink, so that it's you want to send it with ink, and erase the pencil below, hoping not to smear the ink. But the one thing that we're missing in terms of doing our taxes is the lovely smell of whiteout. KO6TH 73.
That is true. Whiteout for sure. Yeah, that's something that I guess you could make a list of all these things that we used to do and now are totally obsolete. It's crazy. Especially like on video stuff when somebody would say, "Oh yeah, I have it on tape." Well, they don't use tape anymore for video stuff, but that's still something. In fact, I was watching Stephen Colbert on CBS, and it says live to tape. So they still use that term. All right, 7-3 is there, Greg, and you have a great day, and thanks for what you do there. So clearing with KO6TH. Next I have Dave, K6DCL. Good morning, Dave. Good morning to you and Lucy.
K6DCL, good morning to you, Tom, from Lucy and Dave. Lucy's still chomping on her biscotti, and I'm all done, sipping on my coffee and clear water. And I got to keep that finger in there. It wants to be, the M1KE I figured would be less of a weight, less weight for my finger, but it is. It's strong. Anyway, yesterday I was had to be down to a hospital in Modesto for a urology procedure. The painful part was all the waiting. I was supposed to go in at 11 and didn't get wheeled in until 12:30. So an hour and a half, and then we didn't actually get done. They put me under, so I had to recover that, and then I had to go to another room to get dressed and all that stuff, and have something to eat and drink, which I did very heartily. Anyway, so that's done and successful so far, and we'll find out next week. And not a biggie, just some good stuff. For 81, I'm pretty darn good. And I love it. Anyway, having fun with DMR radio. I've got a Bridgecom Maverick and a Bridgecom Sky Bridge Max, and having a ball. I haven't been on DMR in probably 3-4 years, and so I'm back. And mostly listening for the jargon and stuff, so I don't, I want to make sure. I wish more and more hams would listen first before talking, but we are all have our own way. Spent quite a bit of time listening, so I could act and sound like a ham radio operator. But anyway, other than that, that's it, buddy. Don't want to run out of time. Back to you, Tom, K6DCL.
Okay, very good there, Dave. KDCL NN6H for the Coffee Break Net on Wednesday edition here, filling in for Brian. All right, very good. Well, I hope the procedure, the procedure went okay, so I hope the results of your procedure are also okay. So you mentioned that, I know you mentioned been talking about the DMR stuff. So I'm just curious what DMR talk group you hang out on. Do you hang on the TG one, the worldwide one? I know they have the big net thing on Saturday mornings, the worldwide net for that goes for 3.5 hours. But I'm just curious where you normally hang.
Check in on Saturdays. It's a long wait because, you know, California and is not the last, but it's towards the last. And, you know, getting through the numbers of California is just, anyway. So I'm there, and I was hearing you were running a DMR net. I wanted to, I think I copied it down from Brian once, but I'm not, no, maybe from Mike in Valley Springs, but it's disappeared someplace. And anyway, I wanted to join in there. I think it's Tuesday nights, isn't it? Some night. Anyway, let me know that if it's and where you hang out when you have time. You never have much time. I can fill up my time pretty quick too, but I love the setup I have. It's very convenient. I have a 28,000 watt battery or whatever it is, so that will last. Me tethering it to the battery will last a couple of days at least straight. So that's very convenient because I can read what's on the Skybridge screen. And that's fun to do. K6DCL.
Okay, very good there, Dave. Yeah, K6DCL and then 6H for the Coffee Break Net. Yeah, so the talk group that I do the SNARS TechNet, which is Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Society, and that's talk group 31328. 31328. So 31328 on, and I do it the first Monday of the first Tuesday of the month. First Tuesday is when I do. We have other net controls that do the others. So basically, just about an hour type of net, just getting people checking. Yeah, Mike K6AAN checks into that occasionally, and some other people too. So that's what I do for that. So yeah. I was listening for you last couple weeks ago, but I didn't hear you. But anyway, so that's where I hang out there. I don't do much else with the DMR. I used to do DMR a lot. Used to be on the NorCal talk group and the California talk group. They used to have a pop-in net on that, and then they moved off to a different their own talk group. So but don't do that much anymore, except for, like I say, once a month on the SNARS group. All right, very good there. Well, I hope everything goes well with you there, Dave, and you and Lucy, and enjoy your biscottis and enjoy your life there. K6DCL and N6H.
Hey, Tom, thanks. I can look at the website, and I got 3128, but I think there were more numbers, and the time it started. But anyway, I'd like to check in. I just need to put it on my calendar so I remember.
Okay, that is the number 31328, 31 talk group. And it starts at 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights. It's every Tuesday night. I'm only the net control on the very first Tuesday of the month. But if you turn in every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, you'll catch that.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it very much. I'll be there. Put it on my calendar. It's part of my brain. Become part of my brain now. That it gets what it is. Anyway, talk to you later. And then 6HK6DCL 73. Have a great week. See you later.
Okay, very good there, Dave. You have a great week, too, yeah. You can also go to snot.org, Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Society, Sugar Nancy Alpha Romeo Sugar.org, and you'll find the information there for the all the nets and all that stuff there, or if you look under nets. All right, very good. Well, you have a great day, and you and Lucy enjoy. All right, so clearing with the 6DCL. Next, let's see who's on my list here. Next, I have Ken, Whiskey Alpha 7 Hotel X-Ray Zebra. Good morning. What do you have for the net this morning? WA7HXZ, are you there? One last call for WA7HXZ. Ken, are you around? All right, I guess I'll put him on for the log there. We timed him out. All right, and last on my list is Mark, WB6BJN. Thank you for waiting, Mark, and good morning to you and to Sarah.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to you there, Tom. Great to hear you on a Wednesday. And, I was kind of surprised to hear you doing Wednesdays. So I guess Tom is going to do yours on Friday. So he'll be around, hopefully, for that. Sarah and I are doing fine. Sarah's leaving tomorrow. She's going on a retreat with the church group. A bunch of women. They're taking a bus to Gatlinburg, and that'll be up in the Smokies. They're going to be there through Saturday. They're going to leave tomorrow at about 9 o'clock, and they're going to go, I guess they're going to stay at a cabin. They have a retreat that they're going to do that's Thursday and tomorrow, or starts late tomorrow and Friday, and then they'll be back on Saturday. So that'll be kind of a long trip. That'll be most of the day tomorrow just getting there. So I get to spend time here a day or two by myself, and can play a little radio, I guess. Hopefully the weather, we won't get any storms, although they're talking about storms here tomorrow, some thunderstorms. I don't mind some thunder and lightning. What I don't want is severe weather. And hey, Daniel, there in Illinois, you're not done yet. Unfortunately, the upper Midwest, and we'll talk about that a little more in detail. And once the main cold front comes through on Saturday, I think that's going to maybe give you some cooler weather. You got to have that cooler air to cut off that warm, moist subtropical air as the parent low hopefully comes through. So far, we've been in good shape back here in Tennessee. I have a funny feeling, though, at some point we're going to get ours. I hope not. I really hope we get some. We need some good rain. We're very, very dry here. But a lot of the Midwest, upper Midwest, is very, very wet. In fact, parts of Michigan are just getting drenched. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll send it back to you for any comment, and then we'll talk about the weather in general there in detail.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I saw in the news that there's definitely a lot of weather going across. I think California, I think, is pretty stable, but everything else seems to be kind of a lot of heat waves and tornadoes and all sorts of things. So I'm just curious, Sarah, is she going for a art retreat, or what is the nature of it?
Oh, this is with the church, with our church. They're having a retreat. The women's group is going for just some fun activities, some fellowship, just the sisters of the church, and Sarah's a part of that, and they're going to go tomorrow and then come back on Saturday there. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. So you're going to be a bachelor until Saturday here. Very good. Okay, well, you hope that she has a great time there. Okay, yeah, go ahead and let us know about our weather here in Northern California. WV6BJN and N6H for the Coffee Break Net.
Yeah, okay. So I did find rain in two places in California. Alturas was one, and Cape Mendocino was the other. And other than that, it is mostly sunny, with the exception of Redding and Red Bluff. And the reason for that is there is a low pressure area. It's called an inside slider. It's come in a little bit further to the east. I don't know why Cape Mendocino got lucky and got a little bit of rain, but they're probably the only thing along the north coast that has rain. You go south of there to Ukiah and it's sunny, and the winds at Cape Mendocino was 18 gusting to 31, and that's going to be a problem tomorrow and into Friday in the Sacramento and San Joaquin Valley. So if you are if you're an allergy sufferer, tomorrow is not going to be a good day, because that pollen will fly, and it's not going to rain in the valley. The rain and any snow is going to be in the northern mountains and also into the Sierras. Northern Sierras a little bit at the higher elevations. Probably later this afternoon and more likely tonight, and then clear tomorrow, and then there'll be northeasterly winds. So what happens is the high pressure that's over the area right now moves to the east, and that's followed by this what we call inside slider. It comes in a little further east than normal, coming in over land rather than over water. So the only real rain or snow that you're going to get is over the higher mountainous areas, because there's naturally more lift. So if you're in a mountainous area, you need the lift. That's elevation will do that. Let me take a break. So that's going to be the situation. So that then will then drop to the southeast and go into the Great Basin. High pressure rebuilds back into the north. So that sets up a pressure gradient between north and south. And so the strong north winds move in tomorrow into the Sacramento Valley. They're dry, they're downsloping, and even over the Sierras they become kind of northeasterly. So it's an offshore flow even along the coast, so clear skies there as well. And that's a typical early spring and mid-spring pattern. We can get those inside slider lows. Then it warms up Friday and Saturday up into the 70s, into the 80s in the valley, 40s, 30s and 40s, upper 30s to upper 40s tomorrow night, and into the 40s to near 50 on Saturday morning. And then we think by Sunday, another low pressure area comes in. This time it comes in off the coast from the Pacific Northwest. Let me take a break. And it picks up moisture out of the eastern Pacific, and it does bring some bona fide rain. It does bring some rain and maybe even some snow in the higher elevations of the Sierras Sunday, Monday, and maybe into Tuesday. And then high pressure rebuilds back in and probably going to warm up the middle part of next week again. So that's kind of the progressive pattern over California. It's a very progressive pattern, unlike here where we've had this stagnating pattern where you get the severe weather in the middle part of the country and upper Midwest and Midwest and parts of Texas and Oklahoma, I've been following Ryan Hall a little bit, and there's been some tough nighttime type situations. Nocturnal tornado warnings and severe thunderstorms are not a good thing, and they're bad enough in the daytime, but at night they're even worse because people have to be alert and have to have ways to wake them, to be woken up by weather radios, your phone. There's a thing called Y'all Call with Ryan Hall, and it's real tough, and people get really burned out after days of this stuff. And that's kind of what's going on in the upper Midwest there, Tom. Fortunately for us, we're under the Bermuda High that's over parts of Florida, and it extends into Bermuda, out over the Atlantic, and that has, at this point, protected us. That's the good news. The bad news is, we haven't had much severe weather here in the Mid-South and in the southern, deep south part of the United States. The bad news is we haven't had much rain either, and we're in a terrible drought to where the Midwest is under a lot of flooding, and they 3 and 4 inches of rain. So we need to get some good rain, but no severe weather. And the Midwest needs to dry out and get rid of the severe weather. So it's been an interesting April, first and mid-April for a lot of folks across the nation. Back to you, sir, WB6BJ.
Okay, very good there, Mark. Yeah, WB6BJN, NN6H for the Coffee Break Net. Well, yeah, definitely the weather across the country is pretty unstable. So I guess, yeah, we're out here in California, we're, like you say, you're going to start getting a few little weather-related things coming through, winds and stuff like that. So maybe some snow in the high Sierras there, so I think that's all good there, and I think it's still April, so definitely expect that, and I hope you guys get some rain back there too, with the drought situation. Anyway, back to you for any other weather comments, and then we'll move on here in a little bit here. WB6BJN and N6H.
Yeah, the problem is it's not unstable here. It's stable. That's the problem. Sinking air is stable air. Stable air. What people like Daniel and a few other people have been getting is instability, which is connected with thunderstorms and, Cape values, convective available potential energy that's, you're looking at, 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram of Cape. And for a lot of people who don't know what that is, that's convective available potential energy, and the higher those numbers, the more rapidly air can rise, a parcel of air can rise and develop into supercellular variety of thunderstorms. And if you get what they call discrete supercells, if a supercell thunderstorm that is all by itself and it picks up on all this warm, moist air, that's where bad tornadoes can happen, is out of discrete supercells. And then you get these when they all come together, and then you can still get some spin-up tornadoes, but then you get more of the straight line of wind events, which are damaging, and a lot of flooding too. So hopefully that starts to go away. It's been going on a long time this week, and it's just started in earnest way last weekend, and it's just been going and going and going for a lot of people. And Kansas, Nebraska, a lot of these places are under, and it's not a good thing. And we certainly say prayers for those that have been hit. That's for sure. It's tough. back to you there, Tom. And looks like we've got a super El Nino coming, which is a very strong Pacific warming of the oceans, which may put an end to some of the drought, and it may put an end to some of the severe weather that some people are getting. And for the Atlantic hurricane season, that means that hurricanes will be at a minimum later on this summer. So maybe not too bad on the hurricane season this year for those in the Atlantic. The Pacific hurricane season will increase, but none of those usually affect any part of California. And I say usually because once in a while they'll slip up the coast like one did a few years ago in Southern California. And that doesn't mean that the people in the Atlantic should be, they should still have a plan in action, because it only takes one. Then back in 1992, we had a big El Nino, and Andrew, Category 5, came up the Atlantic coast, and so that they can still do it, but they're usually less and less of a chance of that. Back to you, sir, WB6BJ.
Okay, Mark, yeah, W6BJN and then 6H for the Coffee Break Net. Okay, well, we can definitely look forward to that. I assume the El Nino for us would affect us next winter season here, since we typically, once we get into May, there's not much rain that we get until probably I guess maybe October time frame. So, but yeah, I'm glad that would help, and definitely help if it reduces the hurricanes and stuff on the East Coast and stuff. That would be good. Anyway, I do appreciate all the weather and all the education and stuff that you give us here on the weather, getting in more details of that stuff, and also giving us maybe that going forward we'll have a little bit more rain in the Northwest out here. Pretty good. Well, back to you there for anything else, Mark, and I guess imagine now that Sarah is going to be gone for a few days, she'll be playing radio at WB6BJN and then 6H.
Oh yeah, I'm going to try to play some radio. You know, I got that Kenwood 590SG, and boy, it's been a learning experience. And yeah, what may happen with you guys in the summer, unfortunately, may be hotter temperatures, and the reason for that, Tom, is if you start heating up the Pacific, and it's the colder ocean waters that create the best marine layer and fog along the coast. And if the temperatures start warming in the ocean, then you have a problem with having a good marine layer, and that's nature's air conditioner, even for the valley. So it could very well make for some hotter temperatures this summer for you guys. So that is a possibility. So hopefully it won't, but that's what happens sometimes with El Ninos, are hot summers, wet winters, and hopefully you'll get some snow as that jet stream gets some polar air that'll mix with it during the winter as well. All right, that's it for me, and yep, I'll get to see Sarah by Saturday, and that'll be good. I'll get to see her part of the weekend anyway, so that'll be good. 7-3s, Tom. Everybody have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and hope Bonnie back in Kansas is safe there, Brett, and she doesn't get any more of too much of this severe weather. Think about her during this severe weather situation. Kansas has been quite active. Back to you there, Tom, WB6BJ.
Okay, very good there, Mark. WB6BJN and then 6H. You know, the whole thing with El Nino then may actually affect the San Francisco merchants, San Francisco sells a lot of sweatshirts in the summertime. Mainly because in the summer you get a lot of in San Francisco you get a lot of the marine layer coming through, and it actually can get pretty cold. So people go, in the summertime, thinking that tourists coming from other parts of the state and countries, and they end up having to buy sweatshirts because it gets cold. So that may affect them, may affect sweatshirt sales this year. All right, 7-3's Mark. Thanks for giving us the weather like always, and hopefully enjoy your time with when Sarah's gone. All right, so this is Tom in N6H. I am here on a Wednesday. Normally I'm here on Friday, but Brian had to get some stuff done, or he's actually taking care of some things with the voter receiver up in Mountaintop, so it was easier just to switch, so he'll be doing Friday. So and today is April 15th. It's tax day, so hopefully you got your taxes done, and or we'll get them done today, or get your extension filed or whatever. But today is the deadline. I want to do a few announcements here. Let me reset first. Okay, so I want to do a few announcements. We have so coming up we have Donuts in the Park. And that is going to be on May 9th, Saturday, May 9th, 9 a.m. It'll be at the Auburn Recreation Park, and it'll be hosted by Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club and the Coffee Break Net. So the Coffee Break Net host will be serving donuts and coffee. And this is on May 9th at 9 a.m., so put that on your calendar. And then we have the monthly fox hunt. That'll be Saturday, April 25th. It's always the last Saturday of the month. That'll be at 9 a.m. in Mel's parking lot. And of course, the breakfast will be preceding that. That'll be at 7:30 at Mel's Diner, Highway 49 in Auburn. And then after that, we'll have a fox hunt. And Matt, KO6IMP, will be the fox tender. So I think this is his second time doing that. So join us for the fox hunt. It's always a good time there. And then I want to mention that on Saturday, April 25th, there will be no Coffee Break Net. So generally the Coffee Break Net is every day of the week, in the entire year, except for a few exceptions when we break for different runs and stuff where they may want to use the repeater. So the Canyon Endurance Run will be April 24th through the 26th, but Saturday, so it will affect Saturday, April 25th. There'll be no Coffee Break Net for that. We will have a coffee break net on the 24th, which is Friday, but I'm not sure. It only goes to Sunday at 2 a.m., so there will be a Sunday coffee break net also. Then there's a tech class coming up. This is Orion in the group. They're going to start April 21st and they go through May 26th, 7 p.m. on Zoom. And they're going to have a couple of labs that going for GOTA, getting it on the air, and antenna building. So this is a tech class, and it's all on Zoom, except for a few in-person labs, which are optional. But again, that starts April 21st. You can get more information by going to W6EK.org and clicking on the class tab. Then we have a club meeting coming up next month. It's second Friday of the month, and that'll be May 8th at 7:30, and this will be at our new location, the Placer County HHIS Conference Center, and that's in Auburn. So that'll be May 8th at 7:30. And then we have VE exams coming up. Sierra Foothills VE team, they do it the first Monday of the month. And so that'll be next one will be May 4th at 7 p.m. at the Confluence Church campus in Auburn. The Granite Bay VE group will do theirs on April 11th, which is already passed. So that's, I guess I shouldn't be saying that. And then the Folsom VE group will be doing theirs Thursday, April 16th at 6 p.m. in Folsom. To book any of these, you go to hamstudy.org, and search for Sierra Foothills VE team, the Granite Bay VE group, or the Folsom VE team. And then tonight we have a few nets on this repeater, and tonight we have the Elmer net. Elmer net's on the first and third Wednesday of the month, starting at 7:30 p.m., and that'll be on the W6EK 2-meter repeater. It'll be on AllStar and Echolink, and W6EMR is the net control for that. Eric does a great job there. He typically goes from 7:30 until 8:30. All right, and then we have In the Shack, which is the second and fourth Wednesday. That's on Zoom, and that also starts at 7:30, second and fourth Wednesday, and you can get to the Zoom room by going to W6EK.org and clicking on the little movie icon thing on the upper right-hand side of the page. And then we have the weekly 2-meter net, which is Thursday night, 7:30. That's where we have ARL News, Satellite Report, and the Mystery Question. So that'll be on Thursdays at 7:30. And then the Trivia Night, which is the first and third Friday of the month, and that'll be this coming Friday. 7:30 will be a trivia night, and that's it's either hosted or you bring your own questions. We'll probably find out on Friday whether Don and Simone will do it, or if we have to bring our own questions for that. So that'll be 7:30 this coming Friday. Then lastly, we have at Monday nights we have the All Nodes Net. All Nodes Net is kind of a nationwide net. We start at 6 p.m. To give the East Coast a chance to listen in. So that's All Nodes Net, 6 p.m. That's hosted by myself and then 6H and Patrick and 2DYI. And we talk about all things node related, AllStar, D-Star, Echolink, anything that may be digital type stuff connected to a radio. So all nodes net. So you join us at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern on this repeater and all the nodes. So that's what we have going on here. All right, I will go ahead to here. Let me go do another, how about a quick round of in and outs? Quick round of in and outs for the Coffee Break Net. This is Tom, NN6H.
Whiskey Uniform 6 Hotel, WU6H.
Whiskey Bravo 6, Golf Uniform Yankee, Joel.
November 6th, November Uniform Fox
November 6th, Charlie India Echo.
This time with the right push to talk, WB1G.
Okay, this is who I have. I have WB1G, got Smitty, I got KN6NUF, Joshua, I got N6CIE. I don't have a name there, so I'll have to come back to you. I have KN6WQU, got Dan, I got WV6GUI, Joel, and WU6H, Ryan. Anybody else that I'm missing? Good morning, Tom. That last station on RF, you were just total noise there. There was no intelligent audio. You're just barely hitting the repeater there. So I don't know if you can increase power, move your location if you can, but nothing coming through there. Maybe you give it one more try. Okay, maybe you can come back in later. Then I also saw KO6CKW. Ramon, were you trying to check in?
QSL, Tom. Good morning.
Okay, very good there, Ramon. And your audio, by the way, just a little bit on the hot side, so just FYI. Okay, so these are all quick in and out, so let me go to the top. Ryan, WU6H, good morning.
Good morning, Tom and the net, and everyone out there. Ryan W6EK in Citrus Heights this morning. Tax day. Yeah, my wife does our taxes. She does a lot of stuff now. It's kind of funny because at least for me, and I'll just speak for myself, all you have to do is maybe screw something up once or twice, be it tasks around the house, the taxes, barbecue, something, and then she takes over the bill paying, and then she takes over the responsibility. And about 27 years ago, I used to do everything. But then I was like, wait a second, she's a vegetarian, so if I use the meat spatula, because I get two spatulas, to do her veggie burgers, and then me to do my meat burgers. If I use the meat spatula to turn over her veggie burger, she goes, oh, I can't have this anymore, I'm taking over barbecuing. I'm like, okay, it's not a man card thing. But then I'm like, wait a second, I got an idea. All I got to do is do something wrong, like load the dishwasher with the cups up, so they all fill up with water, right? And then she goes, oh my God, I can't have you do dishes anymore. I got to take over. I'm like, that's right. So can you imagine all the stuff that I've thrown into the gears and sabotaged to have her take over?
So you found a way to okay. Has she caught on to this little technique that you have there?
Probably, but she isn't going to relinquish command. So all I have to do is go to work sometimes, and it's kind of a cool deal. Like, I go, oh, you want me to go ahead and throw in a load of laundry? She goes, I'll take care of it. Because there's this one time that I was just testing, so I made 3 piles. Normally it's like whites, colors, and darks, right? Well, they were all mixed up. And she goes, well, what kind of organization is this? I said, well, I sorted by thickness.
Well, I guess at some point, she may get tired of all this stuff, and maybe you look for somebody that can do the stuff.
Impossible. I got too much to offer. It's me. No, I'm just joking. No, I appreciate everything that she does, and I hope there's a radio on at home where she can hear how much I love her. But that's a quick in and out. Just wanted to share. Yeah, she's submitting extensions, apparently, so we can push this stuff off until October. For no other reason that the government isn't going to pay me interest on the money, so I might as well just hold on to it until October. Although you got to send in your estimate, I guess. There is that.
The rule is that if you actually owe anything, that it has to be paid, or otherwise you have penalties and stuff. So it's always weird because, it seems like if you're going to owe something, then you have to actually figure out your taxes in order to know what you owe in order to pay it. So, it's just better off just to do it and get it in, get it out of the way. All right, very good. Well, I hope this whole thing with your wife and being incompetent there and letting her take over the thing continues for you, and I hope that you have enough. At least give her credit and give her the things that she needs, and make it a good relationship there.
Oh, no, it was great. This last weekend, she loves breakfast. She loves going out for breakfast. So, we made a date day out of it, went to Huckleberry's and, spent some money. Breakfast used to be the cheapest meal of the day. And I got a skillet, and it was like $8 $18.99. She got some waffle something. It was like $15.99. We got a little, like, couple of berry drinks, and those were $7 each. You know, that kind of stuff. And then just had a good day about it. And then watched some movies, and yeah, no, everything is great. So no complaints on this end, and I'm sure she loves the control. Because I'll give it to her. I'll say, okay, I don't know how to do it. Anyway, that's all I got to say. W6EK. Take care, Tom.
Okay, very good there, Ryan. Yep, well, managing relationships are definitely, it's a fine art there, and it's like you guys have been together long enough that you can kind of aid each other there, so congratulations. Anyway, you take care, and thanks for sharing. Clearing with W6H. Next, Joel, WB6GY. Good morning. What do you have for the net?
Good morning. Not a lot. I checked in when I was rolling through the hills here. Got home and just turned the radio on. No, not doing much today. Well, I will be. I'm getting tapped at the blood source for platelets this afternoon, so that's a quiet afternoon. Anyway, that's all I've got, so back to the net. Whiskey Bravo 6, Golf Uniform Yankee in El Dorado Hills.
Okay, very good there, Joel. And so this platelet thing, is that something that you do on a regular basis?
Not as regular as they would like. I do it every month or so.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for doing that. I'm sure that helps. And yeah, you can maybe just take something there and be able to, as they're doing that, to listen to some music or read or whatever. So very good. Okay, well, thanks for checking in, and you have a great day there, and we'll talk to you next time. So clearly WB6GY. Next, Dan, the KN6WQU. Good morning, Dan. For the net this morning. KN6WQU. Well, Dan is a working guy, so I'm sure he's busy, and maybe he'll check back in later. Moving down to David, N6CIE. Good morning, David. I don't think we've talked before. I've seen you checked in once before, so welcome to the Coffee Break Net. N6CIE, are you there? Okay, I hope it wasn't something that I said here. So up to Joshua, N6NUF. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning to the net. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's nice and cool today. We're enjoying the weather. You and Mark mentioned sweater sales related to the temperature, and I thought that was some interesting. I'll have to bring that up for a large retailer in the San Francisco Bay Area that is most notably known for their sweater sales. So that'll be interesting to talk about.
Yeah, that is something that came to mind there when you mentioned about the reduced marine layer, and that's typically, San Francisco, the whole coast there, Santa Cruz, San Francisco, and stuff. Typically have the marine layer coming through until like noontime, then kind of cools off the city, and the tourists kind of race for getting something warm.
Yeah, absolutely. Experienced it many, many times myself. Often having to go down to the Bay Area to visit the office, and if I forget to get on the train and not bring a sweater and possibly an umbrella, I'll either be cold or wet when I get to the office. So it's one of those things. I now keep a backup and a locker down there just so I don't forget.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you go over the bridge to Oakland, and it's like 100 degrees. Yet you get to San Francisco, and it's that way. Anyway, so good morning to you, and anything you have on tap for today besides work?
I'm just grinding away here at work and building some new AI stuff. I have an AI assistant that's been managing my calendar for the last couple of days, and everybody talks about how AI is going to eliminate jobs and things. Well, mine's been booking appointments for me to go do things like the parent-teacher conference on Monday evening. It booked it an hour early, so I would walk over there, and then I came back and I told me I needed to get some exercise. So I don't think they're going to take over the world necessarily, but I might get more exercise out of it.
Well, that's interesting. As long as you're, it gives you some reliable information and doesn't miss those appointments. Yeah, I've used AI. I really like it, but you have to really be careful with it. I was using AI. I'm doing my taxes, so I didn't have the registration for one of my vehicles. So I asked AI, well, this is what I paid for it. What is the licensing fee that I can deduct on my taxes? How much is that? And it came back and says, well, it's only $4 and it's probably not worth doing. And I had to go back and say, well, I think $4 is not quite right. And it came back and says, oh, you're right, I miscalculated.
Yeah, you definitely have to watch it. It does make mistakes often, and I spend more of my time kind of as a AI director than programming these days. It seems just keeping them aligned and keeping them from daydreaming and things like that. But there's been some great tools that have come out recently that I've been leveraging that allow for better memory and better retention and things like that, and better at remembering decisions that were made. Has been a big step in my local development environment. So it's definitely interesting and a lot of fun. So I'm definitely getting more stuff done at a faster pace. So that's been beneficial. But I'll let you get back to the net. You're almost to the witching hour. Everyone have a great day, and remember to hug those that you love. KN6NUF, have a great day.
Okay, very good there, Joshua. Yeah, we could talk about AI for all the time. Yeah, I use it quite a bit, and you just have to be real careful with it to know when it's hallucinating or kind of question, some things that it's doing. I'm just curious, do you ever use AI to do like Claude or anything like that for any coding projects?
I don't use Claude for it directly. I use a multi-model kind of scenario, and all the models that I use are local. I don't use any hosted models. I'm running my own server with multiple video cards in it now to keep everything local and keep it all private so that nothing's being shared with the outside agencies and things like that, using specific models for specific tasks. So I'll do requests to a whole arena of models at one time, and it'll decide, which models are best at which pieces of the task, and then it spins up basically Docker containers to run an isolated task in with that particular model, and then feeds back the results, and then it collates things, and so it's a pretty complex orchestration of multiple technologies to make it all work. But yeah, I could definitely talk all day about it.
Yeah, very good. Well, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I've been playing with some local models. I've got a Mac Mini M4, and I've been looking. I've loaded some local ones on there and kind of play with that, and kind of like the idea of just not calling back home, sharing the information on the internet. Okay, very good. Well, you have a great day there, and thanks for checking in. And we'll talk to you next time. And maybe we can talk a little bit longer about the AI stuff there. KN6NUF and N6H.
Definitely will talk more about it. And N6H, KN6NUF. Have a great day.
Okay, you too, Joshua. Okay, next up, Smitty, B1G. Good morning, Smitty. This is a treat to get you on the Coffee Break Net.
Yeah, Tom. Hey, good morning. WB1G out here, rocking in Rockland, and yeah, work's been pretty crazy for me lately. Do less with more. Do more with AI. Listening to Josh, it's funny. I use Claude daily. I use Lovable. You name them. We can name about 10 different AI sources, and well, I got an interesting thought on that, but it's not for an in-and-out check-in, so maybe for another time, regarding putting creativity aside, thinking that AI can do it better. That's for probably its own net, right? Hey, I got a question for you, sir. I'll keep it to an in-and-out, I promise, but I want to make sure your ears are perked up.
Okay, my ears are perked up, and if this is about the question, I saw it last night. I didn't get a chance to respond, but the answer would be yes, I could provide a radio if that's what your question is going to be.
It's actually not. It's more personal, but that is, thank you for bringing that up. That's awesome. Yeah, just reply back, but that actually wasn't going to be the question, by the way. My question was going to be this. I know it seems far off, the camp out. I mean, it's in September. But boy, oh boy, has there been some interest, and I'm not crying or announcing that out of space. Not at all. There's lots of space. Matter of fact, there's more space there's space for every club member if they wanted to come and camp in the fall camp out coming up in September. But I did notice that normally there is a call sign, NN6H. I can't remember who has that call, but usually that is assigned to a spot already at this point, and I noticed that you haven't booked your spot yet. I'm just wondering, did I say something last year?
No comment. No, I have not. Well, it's not on our. I usually gauge by when the thing is on the announcement list here on the Coffee Break Net, and I don't see the fall camp out. Maybe it's because it's too early. Being listed, but I heard it was talked about. I think even so many people have signed up for it. What are the dates? Can you give me the dates for the fall camp out?
You bet. Now, for anybody listening, you don't have to come for the entire camp out. In fact, we love day trips. We love folks that come up for the potluck on Sunday. But the actual dates for the entire camp out, if you want to come up and spend the weekend with us, kind of a long weekend, but September 17th, that's a Thursday, to September 20th. Yep, it's in the fall, and usually the weather's real nice. We've had, last 3 years have been just absolutely wonderful. So those are the dates, 17th through the 20th. And I got to tell you, we got done with Hamfest, and I logged into Logger Campground at Stampede, which is where we're doing it. By the way, for anybody that's interested, go to W6EK.org and go to activities and go to Fall Camp Out. There's lots of info out there, by the way. And again, don't mean to cry that we're running out of space. Not at all. But I came out after Hamfest and was shocked that 4 or 5 spots had already been reserved. I was behind the curve, and at one point, we didn't think we were going to get base camp. We thought somebody had snatched it up from underneath us. So there's an interesting story there for another time. But yeah, shockingly, I think if you go out there and look at who's reserved what, you're going to be like, whoa, guys, it's only April.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm glad that you're mentioning it here, and yeah, maybe we'll get it on the calendar here, or get it on the Coffee Break Net probably after the coffee and donuts get taken off here. What I imagine be happening, because coffee and donuts is the next thing coming up on May 9th. So yeah, so the fall camp out September 17th through the 20th at the Stampede Reservoir. I went the last couple of times and really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just a nice, quiet thing. We had box hunts, we had the camp out, we had the movies, all that stuff, and yeah, definitely. I think I probably will go to the campsite reservations and check it out.
Yeah, I heard some rumbles at the meeting saying, "Oh, is it like field day?" And my answer to that is no, it's actually nothing like field day. Sure, we camp out, we eat good, so there are some crossovers there. But the fall camp out is about fellowship, hanging out, enjoying time with one another. Again, we're a social club with a radio problem, so it leans into the social. And some folks, they'll bring radios up. In fact, this year, I talked to Brian about this. I don't think we're going to have a club station set up. In fact, I think if folks want to bring gear to do POTAs on their own and stuff, good, so be it. But the focus of the campout really is, you know, fellowship, friendship, and just unwinding and enjoying some time. And if folks want to play radio on the side, great. But that's definitely not the focus. So I'll tamp that out. But I will say one more thing about field day, and then I'm going to give it to you because I've hit the 3-minute mark, and that is against the rules at this point. But thank you very much regarding field day. Just want to throw feelers out there, by the way, and field day is only 70 or so days away. It's coming up really quick. And we are actually looking for an owner of our VHF-UHF station for this year. So if you have VHF-UHF, if you have a nice VHF-UHF radio and you plan to come to field day and you'd like to kind of be the owner of a station, well, we need somebody in that area. So again, VHF-UHF doesn't have to be any special kind of radio, but we definitely do need equipment this year for that station, and then, of course, somebody to kind of own that. I know it sounds scary. It's not, I promise. WB1G. By the way, everything's out on the website. Reach out to me on the website if you want to lead that part of field day, and we'll throw it back to you there, Tom. NN6HWB1G. Have a great Wednesday.
Hey, very good there, Smitty. So one question, and then maybe this begs the question. Are you organizing field day this year?
Yes, sir. Myself and Mark W6EK are co-chairing it, and so just kind of flying over, and it's coming together quite nice, by the way. But yes, working with Mark this year, give him his right arm.
So we are highly entertaining and moderately educational. I want to welcome everyone that has joined us this morning. This is an informal but controlled RadTunet. We love talking and getting to know each and every one of you. We are here 7 days a week, starting at 9 hours, that's 9 a.m., Alaska time, which I believe is 13 hours.
I can see it right now. Tom is rushing to drop this.
Okay, yeah, I think we got bridged there. So, okay, Smitty, very good. Well, I got all that, and well, thank you and Mark for stepping up to manage the field day for this year. So definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, that's coming up. That's always the last weekend of June, the last weekend in June. All right, Smitty, thank you very much. We're at our 10 o'clock hour, so I need to move on here. I know that Brian needs to get things shut down so he can get some stuff done there. Anyway, thanks for that, Smitty, and I will respond to you, and thank you for all that. All right, so clearing with WB1G. Next, Ramon, KO6EKW. Good morning. Ramon, KO6EKW, are you there?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning to the net. Sorry about that. I was switching HDs. I'm running on my clear node, which is my plan B if there's some downtime on my RF. I know we have some glitches on the RF last week. I was able to tweak it a little bit. I turned off my tone. I was back on the air. But for whatever reason, this week I can hear you guys, but I can't transmit, so I'm still messing around with that, hopefully tonight. But here's the reason why I have a clear node. Back to you.
Okay, very good there, Ramon. Well, I'm glad that you have a clear node as kind of a secondary option there to the RF side of things. So, anything else for the net this morning? Before I'm going to go ahead and get some move on here to get things closed down here for Ryan.
Negative. I just want to say hi. I'm heading back to the salt mines anyways. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and to Brian, AI6US, good luck to your project. 73's KO6CKW, clear.
Hey, very good there, Ramon. Good to hear from you, and you take care there, and we'll talk to you next time. So clearing with KO6CKW. All right, this is Coffee Break Net. I'm Tom in N6H. It's past our 10 o'clock. I need to cut things down here quickly. Brian is working on the voter stuff up at Mountaintop. So I will go ahead and take a round of for the log only, so I can get things shut down here in a timely manner. Who's out there who wants to get into the log for the Coffee Break Net and N6H?
Good morning, Tom.
This is Alaska Net, K6DLK for the Alaska Net. Good morning, Tom.
K6GBZ for the log.
And Tom, this is Whiskey 6 Delta Echo Foxtrot, WW6DEF for in and out, please.
Whiskey Bravo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee for the log, South Florida for the log.
WB7 UKX, log only.
K4 Lima,
K6NS, Alpha Kilo 6 November Sierra.
Whiskey Bravo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee for the log. Thanks, Tom.
KB6ED for the log.
Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Kilo Tango for the log. Okay, the last station coming through on the W6GRC repeater, there's no audio there at all. I got a carrier, but no audio. Okay, so I got a whole list here, and I need to get some names here, or some things. So I have KO6K HKT. Can I get a name there, please?
Yeah, good morning, Tom. This is Colin in Auburn for the log today.
All right, very good there, Colin. KO6HKT, got you in the log. And then I got KB6ED, Ed. Then I got KB5 Victor Alpha Oscar. Can I get a name there?
Yes, sir. The name is David.
All right, very good, David. Thank you for the check-in there. Then I got AK6NS. I got K4LGI. Got WV7UKX. And then I have another call I don't recognize, Whiskey November 4 Victor. Can I get a name there, please?
This is WN for me. The name is John. It's spelled Juliet Oscar November. John.
Okay, very good there. WN4V, John. Okay, got you in the log. Thank you very much for the check-in. Then I got WB3CSY. I got WW6DEF for in and out. So I'll come back to you, Darren. I got I got K6GBZ, and I got KG6NLW. I got Frank. And I got K6TLK looking for the Alaska Net. I think you're on the wrong net there, Dan, but I'll check you in anyway. All right, so going to Darren quickly, WW6DEF. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tom, in the net. Just say I apologize. I'm missing field day and been a tornado around my life, so my pop passed away, and just want to do a shout out for my dad, Silent Key AG7NT. See you on the other side, and thanks for running the net, Tom.
All right, Darren. Well, I'm sorry for your loss there. Sorry that you lost your dad there. That's tough there. And way, thank you for sharing that, and again, our condolences go out to you and your family. All right, I'll go ahead here and take a last round of log only, so I can shut things down for Brian. So this is Tom in 6H. Who else is out there for check-ins?
Kilo Bravo 7, Delta Foxtrot Papa, KB 7, DFP Cannon Twin Falls Mobile.
Kilo Mike 6, Mike, for the log, please, Tom.
VK1JT, Victor Kilowatt 1, Juicy Tomato here in Canberra for the log, thank you.
Okay, again, the W6, the station coming through in the W6GRC, there is no audio. You have no audio with your signal, just carrier. Okay, then I got VK1JT. John, you've checked in before, so can't check you in twice. Then I got KM6MM, and then I have KB7DFP. Ken, so what's for lunch?
You know, it's feeling like a lentil soup day today.
Okay, lentil soup. Okay, put that into the log there. Okay, thanks for checking in. All right, well, I'm going to cut things off here because Brian is working on the voter system, relocating some stuff up in Mellop. So I want to give him the system. I apologize for running a little bit late here. All right, this has been the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom in N6H. I'm normally here on Fridays, but Brian had to do some stuff. He's doing stuff with the voter, so we had switched days. So he will be here on my Friday. And so this is going to remind people, tonight we have the ElmerNet at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. It goes from 7:30 to 8:30 by Eric, W6EMR. So join us for that on the repeater and on AllStar 51018 and Echolink. We do this every morning from 7:30 until 10 o'clock. And thank everyone for being here, and we'll talk to you next time. So this is NN6H, and I'm returning the repeater and the system back to normal use and give it to Brian so that he can shut down the RF side of things. And NN6H will be clear.